My name is Michael Shikatano, and this is Right Here, Right Now, a podcast to inspire the learner inside each of us. In a world that is full of so much information, we will help find and package that information so that you can use it in your lives every day in practical ways. And in each episode, we will remind you of the importance of being present and mindful of your daily thoughts, actions, and interactions. It is truly the most vital step to learning and growth, being mindful and present right here, right now, to take on life's challenges and turn them into life's lessons. So come on this venture with us, a new beginning, a new journey that starts right here, right now. Welcome back, people. I am Michael Shikatano, your host of Right Here, Right Now, and I am so excited to bring you a mindfulness intention in this week's episode. And today's mindfulness intention builds upon the work from one of our more popular episodes, one of my favorites. Today, we reflect and get a little closer to the concept of Amor Fati, the love of your fate. And this concept has become very powerful and quite meaningful for me. A practice and mindset we learned from the Stoics. I've studied it and reflected upon this wisdom in my own life most recently. The Amor Fati Mindful Moment episode a few months back is one of my favorite episodes, one of my favorites in manifesting its message, where I learned and generated new insights of this concept for myself in creating the content that I shared with each of you, our amazing followers of this show. And certainly, it's one of my favorite episodes to just sit and be with and listen to, reflect and meditate on. It is one of the episodes that I've listened to most in my library of nearly 50 episodes, people, right? In the nearly 2 years of this journey with each of you. I keep going back to it to learn or relearn and consider and reconsider more of the insights it offers to me each time I listen, right? And the timing of each time I listen, I feel like I hear a different message, maybe a little bit more poignant in some areas as I listen. And I urge you to go back and listen, perhaps for the first time, or maybe you're returning to it once again. And as the full episode allowed us to gain some clarity in the philosophical manifestation of the principle of Amor Fati, today's mindfulness intention that I've created for each of you, as they all do, lets us get a little more creative in our thoughts and a little more curious about the practice of some of these insights. Or at least it imposes some of the points into our minds, maybe to ponder and question, and perhaps how we can employ these principles and realize the benefits in our daily lives. Of course, with an open mind and an open heart, and a disciplined approach to being a better version of ourselves, right? Unleashing what we know and feel is already within us. And we're reminded that the concept of Amor Fati encourages us to view adversity as a teacher. And we must always ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? Sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes it doesn't happen right away. So, of course, that full episode inspired the creative outlet of this mindfulness intention. And as we set up this intention for each of you that instructs us to love our fate, I'd like you to contemplate this question and this choice, if you will, that I came upon in reviewing work from Pema Chodron's masterpiece, When Things Fall Apart. And she tells us that we can make ourselves miserable or we can make ourselves strong. The amount of effort is the same. Right now, we are creating our state of mind for tomorrow, right? For what is next, for what's to come. So as we settle into this very moment, as we begin to get calm and embrace the stillness, and as we consider this mindfulness intention and the thought of loving our fate, and as we quiet down the noise around us and the noise within us, we must realize that how we take in these insights and move forward with them will propel us to create tomorrow's state of mind. This, here, people, is the purpose of our journey to learn and grow and evolve into better versions of ourselves. So we can begin to connect with ourselves with some nice, deep breathing. In for a count of 5. Out for a slow, deliberate count of 8. This physiological sigh that slows us all down. Maybe do this for one more cycle of breaths. As I bring you this mindfulness intention, Amor Fati, the love of your fate. What is it that we believe we can control in terms of our fate? What is it that our relationship with our fate will tell us about the way we experience events in our lives? Love your fate. Can the right relationship with our fate put us on a path to being better than before, to endure, to experience, to learn, to overcome? Love your fate. What perspective will suit us best when we scrutinize the events that befall us? Love your fate. What does our fate mean to us if nothing more than acceptance? Perhaps a detachment of the outcome with the development of events beyond our control. Love your fate. What is fate called when we feel we must resist its inevitability? Perhaps an attachment to the end result when we try to control things beyond our reach. Love your fate. To love our fate is more than merely an acceptance. The love of our fate is what drives us to embrace our destiny, no matter what comes. The love of our fate, to love all of our experiences, takes practice in a deeper love and kindness toward ourselves. The love of our fate, to look for the lessons in our strife and the strength we gain through challenging times. The love of our fate, a mindset and perspective that will help us to find meaning and purpose in our life. When a challenge becomes your opportunity, this is loving your fate. When you can let go of regret or resentment and focus on moving forward, this is loving your fate. When you practice a grateful mindset and value the lessons in your experiences, this is loving your fate. When you are reminded about the impermanence of all things, this is loving your fate. This is how we can begin to love our fate. This is how we can practice the love of our fate. This is the journey to awareness that loving our fate is all that we can do. When your mind wanders to what has happened, love your fate, find the lessons, and let it be. When your heart is focused on what is happening, love your fate and be present and mindful in each moment. When you are distracted by the thoughts of what will happen, love your fate and let it come to you with an open mind and heart. Love your fate by knowing you control your response to what happens. Amor Fati is doing what you can do in response to what has occurred. Love your fate by putting one foot in front of the other when it takes so much strength to just stand up. Amor Fati is examining the choice you have to travel down a path that is lighter and breeds more resilience and less bitterness. Love your fate by understanding that everything that is happening to you is necessary. Much less judgment, far greater love. Amor Fati is embracing the suffering and the loss, knowing that the action we take in this very moment sets us up for a brighter future, an accumulation of our actions. Love your fate, including the joy and the success, knowing that our humility in this very moment sets us up for a brighter future, an accumulation of our lessons. Be present and embrace each moment, for it is your fate right here. Be mindful and embrace each lesson, for it is your fortune right now. And appreciating our fate as the destiny that serves us, we will be better served with a mindful presence and the comfort of realizing our future is the result of what we do right here, right now. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time, right here, right now. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time, right here, right now.